You should have had time to fill in this handout using the word bank provided. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the spaces and see how you fill them in. The main topic is substances, and there are 3 subcategories under this topic: elements, compounds, and mixtures. It's important that you have these in the right places, so please change your worksheet if you need to. We'll start first with elements, which are pure substances. They cannot be separated, and an example is copper. They can't be separated because every atom in the sample is exactly the same. No matter how many times you divided this hunk of copper up, you would still have the exact same thing. All the atoms are identical. The next type of substance we're going to look at are compounds. Compounds contain 2 or more elements that are chemically combined. They're connected by chemical bonds. They can't be separated physically. You can't use a magnet or evaporate a liquid or do anything to physically separate those atoms. They can be separated by a chemical reaction. Now, compounds can look similar. If you look at this salt, you don't see the sodium and the chloride atoms separately. You just see table salt, the white crystal that we're used to. But if you could look at the molecular structure, the atoms of salt, you would see that it has both chlorine and sodium, and they're connected by these white bonds. So compounds look similar, looks like the same thing throughout, but if you could look at it at the atomic level, you would see that there were multiple types of atoms there. Next up we have the mixtures, and there's 2 different types of mixtures. They're different from elements because they contain 2 or more elements. They're not pure. They're different from compounds because they are not chemically combined. And mixtures can be physically separated. The parts can look similar, homogeneous, and those are known as solutions. And an example of that is tea. And when you're drinking tea, it's a solution and there are things dissolved in there, but once all the water is gone, you're left with this residue in the cup. So you've essentially separated the tea from the water in that mixture. We said before that the tea was a homogeneous mixture because it looked the same throughout. A mixture can also have different parts in it which look different, like our delicious vegetable soup over here. You could take out all of the different vegetables and all of the different parts of it, and you could separate them out. They're not combined chemically by chemical bonds. You could just take them out through a physical process. That's why it is a mixture. So mixtures, again, can be separated physically. They contain 2 or more elements that are not chemically combined, and there are many, many types of mixtures that we're going to encounter in chemistry this year.